All right. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome
Hi.
to another live. This one's a little special as we brought in a lot of our providers here. And yeah, very special. So we're trying this new thing where we have a lot more providers here. Going to do a little discuss. We're going to talk a little bit, and of course, if you have comments, questions, anything like that, don't hesitate to write in the comments section anytime, and we'll be happy to address those any types of questions that you may have. Before anything really, first off, I had a tremendous amount of patients graduate from my class. You guys have that problem?
Awesome.
No, right?
I call it a problem because as I graduate, a lot of these people they're doing miles, and I just found out for one of my patients, she thought she wasn't at her goals, so I pulled her out to the side, and this is all we do, all of this virtually. So I pulled her to the side and I said, he said, you're not at your goals. How far can you walk without stopping? She says, I track it on my pedometer. I'm about 2,000 steps, above 2,000 steps. And I said, what's your goal? I said, I just want to get to a mile. And I says, do you realize 2,000 steps is a mile? And you don't have to say it on there that it's you. But she didn't realize she was already at her goal. She's able to walk a mile without stopping. I have a lot of patients that are weaning off oxygen. We have to do some weaning trials, but as we get along more and more, I am looking for more patients to rehab. Rehabilitating people is not that difficult. It just has to be consistent, and people have to take it very seriously, as a lot of people come up with different excuses of not to exercise. And I understand, because I used to be like that, but I'm not like that anymore. I know I have to exercise. I know I have to take time for myself out. So,
and one of those excuses, right, is allergies.
Exactly.
They have these symptoms, and they're like, "Oh, I can't today because
Yeah.
my eyes are itchy." And
Absolutely.
and oh, I can't.
Hi,
breathe."
Michelle. So as we go around the room, let's go a quick introduction and stuff like that. Well, of course, people that know me, I am Alex Berchuin, and I'm one of the respiratory therapists here.
Hi, I'm Melanie Klein,
Okay.
respiratory therapist with HRN.
I'm Shannon Harper, one of the respiratory therapists at HRN.
And then there's
Hi,
Amber.
I'm Amber.
Yeah.
I'm a registered respiratory therapist, and I just hit my 1 year, so I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's your 1 year here? That's fantastic.
My 1
I
year.
didn't even know it's been a year. It's been so
I know she sent me the message, and I think it's been a year already.
it's just-
We will be in our building this week.
What do you mean?
Is it tomorrow? We'll be in our building 2 years. In our new
Really?
building. Can you
In the new
believe that? Nope.
Flies
It seems like
crazy.
we've been here forever.
Come on, guys, don't be shy. Ask some
Yeah.
questions. Come on, Michelle. You can always start us up with some questions. But anyway, we're gonna go around. We have a couple things to discuss and all good stuff, of course. But in a sense, not great things, because this is why it's newsworthy in a sense. But no worries. We kind of have some solutions to a lot of these problems, of course. So, anyways. All I really wanted to talk about was, of course we're doing our live, but what I really wanted to talk about was if you need, or somebody who needs pulmonary rehab, meaning getting the lungs to work again, okay? Maybe they're not up to where you want them to be and you need some help. I'm sorry, unfortunately a gym won't do it, and there is no medication that fixes it. It's good old-fashioned exercise, but a different type that you won't find at a gym. Besides like treadmills and stuff like that, but that's not the exercise that we usually do. So I had a blasting class with the music, and we had so much fun. You did? That's great, Michelle. Is she your patient?
Yeah.
Is that your patient? Joey's
Michelle.
fantastic. All right. You miss me at all? Yeah? I see how it is. No, I'm gonna see.
You're going to be in trouble, Alex. All right. Just remember, exercise is a prescription. You have to take it every day, whether you feel like it or not. Just like you take your medicine every day, whether you feel like it or not. So that is very important.
Okay, so today we're actually going to discuss allergies and why allergies are such a big thing with our breathing. I don't know if you guys know, but the American Lung Association, they come out with these reports every single year where they rate the top cities that have a lot of ozone, bad ozone layers, and bad air pollution and bad air quality and how all of those things affect our allergies. That report
And their
is
breathing.
called, yes, and their breathing.
Hey, would you mind for one quick second, one hot second? Hey, everybody. The reason why you see me all the time is because I'm not camera shy, but they are. Can you guys
Definitely.
just do me a huge favor for me? Can everyone just say hello? Can you guys do that for me? Because you can tell from their voice, they're a little nervous. That's why you always see me and they don't like to jump on. Because they don't like being in front of a camera. I don't mind being in front of a camera, but if you
He's
guys could
great
just
at
do me a
it.
favor and just say hello and just relax or something.
I'm more comfortable in front of my patients.
Me too. I think I can talk back and
I
forth.
didn't mean to interrupt you. Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just want to make sure that you know it's relaxed. This is cool.
I know, but I
Sometimes.
feel like I'm putting myself, but I'm more comfortable in front of my patients. I love my patients. They love me.
Yeah.
You know, that's my comfort level. This
Me too.
is not really my comfort level.
Me too. I like to be able to converse, kind of, and see the
they're
person.
Oh,
Yeah.
hi Pam.
I can't read that small. I need glasses.
So,
Hey, all these people love you. They all love you. Just relax. Take a breath, and that's what we do. We're respiratory therapists.
I
I'm
know
reading about
you
this.
should know how to breathe.
Especially during some stress.
Right. Right.
But what I want to lead into is the state of the air report.
Yes. That's
Specifically the one for 2024. It just released this week.
Yeah.
And it was brought to our attention that there are 25 top cities that have the worst air pollution, particle matter, ozone
No,
layer.
I didn't hear about this, guys. So this is good news to.
It is good news. It's good news because it's awareness and
Yeah.
how it affects our allergies. And we're actually going to talk a little bit about how these things affect your allergies. Because of course, no one's thinking about, everyone. We had Earth Day. Earth Day was last week, right?
Earth Day is this Saturday in my neighborhood.
Yeah, we had Earth Day last week, and how to save the Earth. And this is, my 7-year-old told me about Earth Day, and so did one of my patients. So this kind of leads into Earth Day and how to save the Earth and how to make our ozone layer.
Guys, don't turn this off because it's Earth Day. This is very
And that's
interesting. You
one of
have
the things
no
that
idea.
you can do to do your part with the
Yeah.
ozone too, is to plant trees around
I
your
mean,
house.
how many cigarettes you smoked till you got to the point where you needed so much help and we helped you? This is giving back. What's wrong with planting a little seed?
Yeah.
Yep.
You never know what will prevent. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
Yeah, keep
and I
interrupting
love
you.
it. And, gardening, planting some more flowers, not just planting trees as
Yeah.
well. Although I must say Home Depot is one of my favorite
Yeah,
places.
yeah.
And I love the different
Mine's
kind of
Lowe's.
trees. But honestly, because our ozone layer has gone like really bad in like the last, I think it's 10 years, and all this information is on lung.org. Like it's just
It's
honestly
crazy the
plummeted.
amount of information.
because the air pollution has gone like sky high, and what that air pollution brings is increased temperature.
That's right. Did you know that smog or ground level ozone is one of the most dangerous? It's one of the most dangerous pollutants in the United States.
I believe that. I absolutely believe that. Have you ever been driving on a highway and then, all of a sudden you open your window, you try to get fresh air, and it doesn't feel like fresh air at all?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Stagnant.
Oh,
That's because of the smog and the emissions from people's cars and everything.
No,
it's,
absolutely.
it's horrible.
You notice how bad the weather has been getting.
Yes.
I mean, when I was a kid, it was never like that. I don't remember wind to be
It's
like
all
that.
different. I remember snow a lot when I was little. Not so much anymore.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no,
it's
no.
definitely changed. I mean, you guys can concur with that. Can't you?
Well,
agree
in
with that?
Maryland, not in
At least in
not
Maryland, but
Texas, Maryland.
I don't think it's just affected only in Maryland. I think it's also affected everywhere.
Yeah, it is affected everything.
But you know what's crazy is the ozone is good when it's up high. Because when the ozone is up high, it shields us from much of the sun's ultraviolet radiation. But when the ozone is bad when it's at ground level, because then we breathe it in and it can cause serious health conditions. The ozone aggressively attacks lung tissue by reacting chemically with it. So the ground level ozone develops in the atmosphere from gases that come out of tailpipes, smokestacks,
Now, this is
things like that.
this is an interesting question. Let me see if I can pull this one up. So somebody, I can't seem to scroll it down. Maybe I can. No, I can't. There was a question on here. Actually, let me see if I can. No. There. Actually, hold on. Give me one hot second. One hot second here. But there was a question.
See?
Doesn't look like I can move it. All right. But the question was, how can you breathe? How can you breathe well? Jordan, I was trying to see if I could scroll down like a little bit, but
You might have to do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
There was a question that got covered up, and I'm not sure how to look at it. But the question was, I forget the person's name because I was reading the text. But it said, how do you breathe with heightened allergies in the air, like with pollen and everything? How do you breathe outside? How can you do that? So I'm not sure what you guys have in store. What how can somebody breathe better during allergy season? And it's a tricky topic because everybody's symptoms are a little bit different from one another. Mm-hmm. So we never ever in our program we don't treat everybody the exact same. Everybody's different, and all their diseases are different. Even if two people with COPD, then let's say they both have emphysema and chronic bronchitis, which is pretty common for COPD. They won't have the exact same symptoms of one another. Somebody would say, "Well, I get out of breath just by standing." Well, I get out of breath after a mile. I'm not wheezing versus I wheeze all the time.
I don't have any.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's all different. So
Yeah.
it's kind of hard. But what I would say the best thing to do is if you have breathing complications during allergy season, is see an allergist. The second thing I would do, there's nothing wrong with a neti pot or a Neilman rinse kit. You can eat more. Citrus fruits, which I did hear does reduce the histaminal reactions that causes the mucus, the different colorations of mucus. But anytime you have any discoloration, you should always consult with your doctor. Okay.
Always.
But there are things out there that you could do, Allegra, over-the-counter medications, things like that. But to breathe outside when it's heavy pollen, first thing I would do personally is look at the air quality.
I was going to say that.
Airnow.gov.
Yeah,
Airnow.gov.
look at the air quality because it'll state if it's too high. If it's too high, then it might not be a good day for that
Right.
embarkment, whatever you're trying to do.
Also, another thing you can do if you're outside in the elements, say you have to go out for some reason, all the allergies outside, like in Maryland, the pollen's been very, very high for the last 2 weeks. That's why my voice is worse. Anyway, shower. Come in, rinse your mouth out with soap, wash your face, clean
Oh, that's a
out
good
your
one,
mouth,
yeah.
A wet paper towel,
your shoes,
a wet paper towel,
change your
and cut
clothes.
your hair. Yeah.
So that's
No,
one
I
of
love
my
it.
suggestions on that.
Amber, what do you do down there in Texas?
Yeah. How's the weather over there in Texas, Amber?
I do the same thing. I shower when I take the dogs for a walk. I come back, I shower, I brush him outside, get some of that off of him. I even have a spray bottle it's like a little rinse that you have. It's not going to be toxic for him. There's no scent. I wipe him down. I take my shower. I take my clothes. I throw them in the wash. I don't wear shoes. I have band shoes in the house.
Good.
Have your house tennis shoes. Have your outside tennis shoes. Don't wear them. Don't cross them. So that's something I do. I blow my nose. I make sure I take my Flonase every morning, every evening, and I do it properly. So the biggest thing, tip away from your septum, 2 fingers underneath, inhale, go to the other side, do it the same, and then at the very end, do it again.
Oh, I love it. Love it.
If your teeth are pink, it works really well, and I blow my nose regularly. So your nose is great for filtration. Get that gunk out.
Steam therapy also helps.
Steam therapy does actually help. I do that. You know, I did that with
too.
eucalyptus, actually.
I love eucalyptus.
So the question, Patricia, say I live in Flint Hills in Kansas, and farmers burn fields in the whole month of April. It's been challenging. Yeah, that would be extremely challenging. Extremely. I'm sorry you're handling that the way it is.
Remember the forest fires?
Yeah. Oh, that is bad.
In California, it was.
You can. That's Bakersfield, I think, too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Bakersfield is on the top of that list, guys. So if you're in Bakersfield, call us. You need us because they are at the top of the list. They're at the top of that list for being the worst kind of air pollution out there, and that's definitely going to affect your allergies.
Another thing with bad allergies and bad pollen now, don't open your windows.
No, I don't open your windows.
Don't open
That's the
your
worst
car
thing to do.
windows.
It's
Don't open
exposing.
your house windows.
Yes. Now, we're not saying stay in as a hermit inside of a cave and never go outside. That's not anything we're saying.
Minimize your exposure.
There are more intelligent ways of going outside and handling, I don't like saying dealing with, but handling the exposures out there. But one that Debbie, I use an oxygen, no, not that one. Patricia, you said wearing a mask just makes it harder to breathe. Did you know wearing an isolation mask, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of patients like this, when you breathe too shallow, the mask actually adds like an additional, I think it was 75 to 100 more milliliters of dead space.
Yeah.
Meaning that if you don't breathe deeper than that, all you're doing is rebreathing the CO2 in there, and that's going to increase your heart rate and increase your work of breathing. So it would make it a lot harder, but the best way to get through that, to get past that, is actually just breathing a little bit deeper, enough to see a chest rise. If you can't get a chest rise because the intercostal diaphragmatic muscles are too weak, not allowing you to breathe in deeper, then I would highly suggest just going into one of our boot camps at least, or going into a pulmonary rehab program that does at least respiratory muscle training. And does anybody here, I swear to you, I will, wait. Where's the water bottle? Do we have an extra water bottle?
Over there on the wall by my.
I will give a free water bottle to anybody. Right now, one good water
There you
bottle.
go.
Water bottle you can use as weights. It won't be this one that has water in it that we use for demonstrational purposes, and I'm not going to drink out of this one because I'm not sure how long the water's been in there. It's okay, same
And
old
if
water.
you guys didn't understand what Alex was explaining, join our program.
Yes.
That way you will understand it. Some people are saying intercostal muscles, diaphragm.
It sounds all medical jargon and everything.
All medical jargon, but what he's saying is breathe deeper. And if you are unable to do that, join our program because we'll help you with that. However, if you can't join our program just right this second, even though you should, you can also get, what is that mask thing that you can put underneath of your mask to keep the mask away from your face, but it still gives you that.
Oh,
heart rate?
it's like an umbrella
It
thing
kicks
where
it out.
Yeah, I
That's
can't
it.
remember what it's
Good.
called. One of my patients were
Can't
telling me
think of
about
it
it,
either.
but it's on Amazon, and you know that I'm a big fan of Amazon and Home Depot. But Amazon, they have it on. I do shop. They have it on Amazon, and it literally is a thin plastic
Yeah.
that you can put underneath of your mask that helps you breathe
Yeah,
a
like,
lot
it just picks it
better.
up.
So
Picks
it just puts it out a little bit. Breathing
Yeah.
deeply, absolutely. You should be doing that anyway. But most of you, because you haven't been in our program, you might not know how to yet. So until you get into our program, you might want to purchase that just for now.
Yep.
Absolutely. So the free gift is going to be a water bottle, not this exact same one, a brand new one, of course. But whoever answers this correctly, with I'll give you a minute, 60 seconds. Okay, because I have to make it a little challenging. Come on now. All right. How many facilities in pulmonary rehabilitation that incorporates respiratory muscle training to increase volume, to get you walking further, increasing your lung functions? Which facilities in the United States? Just name one.
Oh, I know that.
You do?
Oh.
You want a water bottle?
You're not. Yeah.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
She doesn't count.
I don't count.
Which
She counts, but
facility
she doesn't count.
in the United States that offers respiratory muscle training? And a free water bottle will be given if you get that correct. You can even go and ask Siri right now.
Really? Get your phone. That's Siri.
You can ask it if you want to. I'll give you a minute. 1 minute. Besides HRN. You can't use it. We are HRN. You can't use it. Somebody put HRN.
You didn't say that. I would get mad about it.
It's implied.
I'm fighting for you. I'm fighting for you. I'm trying to get you your water bottle. Because Pam said HRN. Michelle said HRN.
So just so you know, HRN is the only company, unfortunately. Actually, fortunately, but unfortunately, because we are the higher ranking. But you have to imagine that if we are the ones that incorporate respiratory muscle training, why are we so successful? It's because we incorporate the respiratory muscle training exercises. If we are a facility that only put people on bikes and treadmills and exercise your tops and your bottoms, meaning your legs and your upper trunk, then we'll be like every other facility in the United States. That is actually true. And we wouldn't do that because the national average of people being successful in a traditional pulmonary rehab program, there are some good ones out there. According to the American Lung Association, is 11.8% successful. We are at 98% successful with that, meaning the chances of you getting your lungs fixed up to a good point where you don't need us ever again are all the way up to the high roof. That's why we're the leading providers for that. Yes, HRN is the only one in the United States. Can you believe that? You go into pulmonary rehab and I would suggest you ask Do they at least do respiratory muscle training? Yes, they do. What kind of respiratory muscle training they do? They just do breathing exercise, like breathing in deep and stuff. That's not respiratory muscle training. I'm sorry. You want a device, okay? You don't even have to use a Delta V, but there are devices out there besides the Delta V. But ask your pulmonary practitioner, whoever wants to put you into a pulmonary rehab. Just ask really basic questions. How good are they? Oh, they're fantastic. Show me some numbers. Show me some numbers.
And if you don't believe us, go on our YouTube page. We have patient testimonies.
Oh my gosh, we got a ton of those.
Who will tell you from their firsthand experience.
Michelle's like, no one. Did I win?
No one.
I'll talk to him, Michelle.
I'll talk to Michelle.
All right. All right. There was a lot of people that said HRN, but there was one person that said, the first person that said, I don't know if any of them do that. So I put 0. I would have to give the first water bottle to Debbie ARNDT.
Aren't.
I'm not trying to, I don't know how to pronounce it, so I just spelled it out. So Debbie, you got the water bottle. Michelle, it's questionable.
Michelle, I'll talk to him.
We'll talk to him, Michelle.
It's questionable. Anyways, I'm sorry, I'm taking a lot of the time
So,
here.
more on it, the high levels of ozone more likely form in the warmer, hotter temperatures. So we're getting there. We're getting to that season in most of the states.
Yeah, and that increased temperature increases airway inflammation. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but
Absolutely.
in a 2013 study, they noticed that there were more hospital admissions with upper respiratory infections, asthma attacks, and COPD exacerbations during the hot months. So
who's at risk? I mean, anyone who spends time outdoors, anyone that has any kind of chronic existing medical condition, including lung diseases.
absolutely.
So,
So that would mean my daughter's
But
at
that
risk.
goes for
My
people
daughter
who
has
don't have
asthma.
it.
yeah.
No,
And it can actually cause premature death if it's combined with other health risks.
Yep.
So it can cause immediate breathing problems, shortness of breath, asthma attacks. Too much for that. My little ones all have asthma. My Texas family, they all have asthma. So, and
From COVID.
That's
from
what
COVID.
Zoe has
Yeah.
asthma. Wheezing and coughing
Yep.
can cause this, and that's whether you have lung disease or not.
increased respiratory infections, pneumonia.
First thing of COPD and lung cancer, believe it or not.
Yep.
Lung cancer. You thought it was just cigarettes? Nope.
no.
No.
They found out 13%. I can't believe those numbers were correct. They tested, it was so many volunteers that tested this, but they found only 13% of the people that got smoked. Only 13% out of this large population got COPD from smoking. Only 13%. A lot of people thought it was 80%.
It's like 15 out of 100.
Yeah, it's like that. It was
But,
crazy.
yeah, it is crazy. That is crazy.
Is there a state in the U.S. that has the best air quality? Your home.
Only if you have an air purifier, like an air purifier in your home,
Aw.
honestly.
Look at Brenda. Brenda, we love you. You know I love you. HRN is the best rehabilitation. Yeah, you're right about that. I was going to say something else, but I know
Thanks,
we don't have to beep
Brenda.
her. You know? Joking, I'm kidding. I'm trying to keep things fun, okay? That's my personality. You guys know me. Come on now.
So honestly, an air purifier is probably going to be the best
Yes.
Yeah.
air quality that you're going to receive. You want to make sure that you look at the standards for it. All of that information is on lung.org. I know you guys are probably wondering why we keep sending you to lung.org, because if you
Wealth of
go,
information.
if there are wealth of information, not
Yeah.
only that, but if you Google stuff and you just base it off of Google, a .com is not going to give you the right information. You
That's
have
true.
to go
Did
to
you know that?
You have to go to a .org, a .edu,
Yep.
a .gov. That's where you
Yeah.
want to get your real information. Otherwise, they'll tell you to stick your head in the toilet to make you breathe better. And we
Yeah.
all know that that's not true, but some people may
Yeah.
do that.
Just like the lung.org, if you don't say you have a Respiratory inhaler, or you have a Trelegy, or you have an Ellipta, or you have all these different inhalers that are all used differently. You can go to lung.org, type in your specific inhaler. There is a YouTube tutorial video that shows you exactly how to use your inhaler.
And speaking of medications, because one of our questions was, how do you breathe better with allergies? One, you got to take your medications as
Absolutely.
prescribed. you have to make sure that you are on point with your medications. If your prescription says twice a day, you make sure you take it twice a day, because during those high allergy months, you know you're going to have breathing issues. What better
What
to help
keeps you
you?
feeling
What
good? They're
keeps you
maintenance.
off prednisone? What keeps you off antibiotics than to take
Absolutely.
the medications that's prescribed to you? Otherwise, they'll just get worse, and then you'll have to take them anyway.
Going back to the air purifier. Please, if you use an air purifier, make sure you clean it regularly. Check it. Why are you laughing?
When I go for the day, right? When I go to play, it's nearly like every single week. I go for the day, and my therapy room, which I don't clean up very well, gets spotless. She loves to clean. She
The
cleans.
magic little fairy comes
And I
in.
go in there, I'm like, what the heck happened? I have to tell my class I have to try to find everything because I don't know where everything went. But yes, that does happen.
So just, you don't want any of those little germs down in your lungs. So please, clean it per the manufacturer's instructions. That goes for anything. CPAP equipment, BiPAP equipment, non-invasive ventilators, nebulizers, your Delta V,
Your spacers.
your spacers, your flutter device, any medical device, oxygen tubing, or cannulas.
Your
replacement.
nebulizers. Your nebulizers. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
people do not clean those anymore. And
No, you should have
No,
seen
they
some
did
of the CPAP machines I saw when I did home care. Oh,
I did.
floaters.
I did home care too. Oh my God.
Woo.
Woo.
The things
Yeah.
that come in when we worked at the hospital, Shannon and I, and we would clean them because we couldn't put them on it because it wasn't safe.
Oh
And
my
we're like,
Yeah.
gosh.
So please,
That's right, you clean this.
help
Yeah.
yourself prevent infection.
But we
Marty.
go over all of this.
No,
We
wait.
cover all these topics in the program, so we'll help you.
Marty's funny because I remember Marty a long time
I
ago.
remember Marty.
Remember Marty? Yeah,
Hey,
it's Marty. Yeah, we don't. Our patients are not numbers; they're patients. They're people. We know them by name. And Marty, this is years ago.
It
My God.
is.
So he was like, look, you guys got to. If you're not reading this, I got to read it to you. I remember in 2020, my lung doctor told me to join HRN. So I joined up with a boot camp, and this crazy guy told me he was going to fix me with coffee straws. I thought, oh, I'm in trouble, but it worked. Yeah, I can rehab people. Oh yeah, we all rehab people, but I remember Marty very well, and I was like, it's gonna work. I had a celebrity fighter. He was told by his doctors he's just gonna die, and
Okay,
that's
I had his,
MMA
I
fighter.
had his dad, or
Yeah, you
his
had-
dad,
yeah,
Eddie,
yeah.
the one that made the video.
Yeah, really?
I think it's Eddie, the one
it
that
Eddie? Because I thought his dad's name is Mike. I thought, and we can't mention last name.
I don't know, but I know that I have his dad. I'm not sure exactly
Yeah,
who it is.
but yeah, one of the MMA fighters, every doctor, and you have to understand that he's a Hall of Famer MMA fighter. I can't mention the names, but so he could have picked anybody he wanted, but he was like, oh no, I want that guy. I want that guy. And he was told by all his doctors he's supposed to die really soon and stuff. And he said, Alex, I don't want to go. I said, yeah, just work with me. And then one of the doctors that was local. One of the doctors that were local told him there's nothing that local in his area. He's actually in Texas, Amber, and they said that there's nothing that can be done. Pulmonary rehab probably won't do anything. And I told him, don't listen to him. Let me work with you, and I did. It took a little bit of time, and what I mean by that, I'm not sure how long he was with me, maybe a month and a half until I got him up. But the guy's going back to fighting. He has no lung disease. He came back completely back to square one again, where he wanted to be. And he's not on oxygen. He had COVID. He had
That's
all
right.
these complications, and he doesn't have any. And
Yeah,
he
that's
wrote it.
awesome.
Yeah, he wrote it up to all his followers and everything. It was fantastic to see how well a program that's virtual. Yes, this is all virtual, guys. We can get this kind of success virtually. Oh yeah, because you don't just look at pre-recorded stuff. We do it together, you and I.
And we have fun.
Yes,
We do have fun.
and we have to do the pre-recorded
We have
anyway.
a lot of fun.
So hey guys, hey. Oh, and just to kind of answer this question,
I can't see that
Go
small
out.
stuff.
there was a question: is where's the best place for air quality, best state? Remember that question?
Oh, yeah.
So to answer that question, the best place to, because I'm a pilot, I'm a certified pilot, The best place to get the best air quality is above the pollution level, which unfortunately is at a very high altitude. Because when I looked up, I saw Alaska was pretty darn decent. I did see that in Alaska, places where there's not a lot of city, you won't get a lot of pollution.
Right. The cities are higher.
But because each pollution actually particle has some weight.
Yep.
You know, so they don't go higher than a certain amount than a lot because of that weight. So when flying an airplane, I can always see if I'm at least 5,000 feet elevation, I can always see the pollution level and see where it comes up to the most clearest. But if you go to a higher altitude, unfortunately, you can't breathe very well with the high altitude. Now, 5,000 feet won't hurt you, but if you're going up to around 15,000 or higher, it's going to hurt you
Why?
quite a bit.
Because there's less oxygen in the air.
No, actually, that's not true.
I thought it was.
No. You're right. It's a little common misconception, though. It's not necessarily not enough oxygen. The oxygen particles aren't close together. So the percentage, if I went to the stratosphere, if I went up to the stratosphere, which is very, very high in elevation, if I went to the stratosphere, the particles are too separated, but the percentage is still 21%.
21%.
Right.
It's just there. So there's plenty of oxygen up there, but not enough pressure. The lower you go, the higher the pressure.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You know, so if I was in, let's say I was in Mount Everest, it's still 21% oxygen up there, but the pressure, I believe, is 58. So it's not like down at sea level, which is, above 300. It's very, very low. It's very low up there. So there's not enough pressure. Plenty of oxygen, not enough pressure. Because of that, it won't make it into the blood as easy. So you need to bring up supplemental oxygen. Did you know somebody went up to Mount Everest? Actually, a lot of people went up to Mount Everest, but one person thought because there's not enough pressure, I'm not going to bring in pure oxygen because I can't get a prescription for it. So I'm just going to bring up nitrogen. So they brought up nitrogen, and nitrogen is an inert gas, so it comes in, comes out. But they breathed in so much nitrogen, the person died, and it's not a good way to go. You know, it's not a good way to go at all. But anyways,
All right. So there are some things that we can do, according to the American Lung Association. We can try to conserve energy. We can try to turn lights off when we leave the room. We can use our energy efficient appliances. We can reduce, reuse, and recycle to conserve energy and reduce emissions. When possible, walk, ride your bike, or use public transportation. That way you don't have to use your vehicle. Don't idle your vehicle's engine.
right.
Try to keep the air clean and save fuel.
That makes so much sense. Like, it's like so self-explanatory. Like, why? Yeah, no, that makes sense because you're trying to reduce pollution.
Yes.
Okay, never mind.
Also,
I'm gonna keep my trap shut.
you want to maintain vehicle in good condition and check the tire pressures regularly. You also want to shop with reusable bags instead of using paper or plastic. In Frederick County, Maryland, they don't give you grocery bags anymore.
Yeah,
You
they
have to
don't.
bring your
You have to
own.
bring your own.
And I forget them in the trunk every single time. That's
That's all
every
in
single
Maryland.
time I have to walk back out to the car.
Yeah.
It's getting old, just saying. But anyway,
If you take a cart with you, because I did that too, if you take a cart with you and
Another
then bring
thing.
the cart back to you.
that's
your
a
car,
suggestion. I'm better. I
Back in
can't
the
remember
car.
the last time. But anyway, another thing, plant trees around your house to provide shade during the summer.
Shout out to Home Depot.
Follow the air quality forecast and plan accordingly. Put off mowing the lawn or painting and reduce driving on bad air days.
That's a lot. That's a good list.
And as part of
Good
conserving
information.
energy, you can actually call your local gas and electric companies because my local one, which happens to be Baltimore Gas and Electric, they actually just came up to my house yesterday to check and make sure that everything was, all my lights and everything was energy efficient, which I already had. But they came out just to check, and if they didn't, then they were going to upgrade me for free.
Nice.
For free. A lot of people
Call
don't
your
know
county.
that.
Maybe they
So,
do that.
so call them. They might do that. They might just come out, check and see, and then they'll give it to you for free.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
That's really awesome. I know there are some services out there. I'm not sure it's from BG&E, but I know there are some services out there where they can check your ductwork in your home and making sure that your ductwork isn't filled with mold, because your home could be spotless. Don't go on that ductwork. Don't go on that ductwork.
Don't go in that ductwork.
Yeah, no, because she likes to clean everything. But I was like, can't find her.
Not
She's
ductwork.
playing, Bruce Willis in the ductwork with a from Die Hard.
I got it.
That was a good one.
Who doesn't like Bruce Willis?
But Amber, what you got?
So also using the inside of your filter. So do the circulation in the car. So when I drive past the refineries, I never have outside air. When I have a low population area and I know the air quality is better, then I will let circulate some other outside air. But I always change my cabin filter. So I
Yeah, we have
change my
cabin
cabin
filters.
filter regularly. Mold can accumulate in there, especially in that high humidity area. So we're close to the water, lots of mold. Change it regularly. Another thing, there will be a light on your inside air filter. So if you have a machine, we have an air ductor. I'm not saying use that one. I'm just saying use an inside air cleaner. So ours will tell us when it needs to be changed, and I don't wait. I always have that filter ready to go so I can change it out. Plus, on those really bad days, I kind of know when it's going to be worse to go outside to go for a walk because the light is going to come on. It's not going to be green. It's going to be yellow. Orange is a really big indicator. I have a fire going on somewhere nearby because it's sucking in the air from outside and it's going through the house. So anytime I have fires, which we do have because right now there's a drought going on, I change my inside filter. So I don't go with the very highest. I go to the one right below it. It doesn't put as much pressure on the AC filter itself, the AC unit, but it cleans the air really well. And anytime it looks dirty, anytime the little grates seem a little dirty, I also change it. That's another indicator it's time to change that filter, even if it's not that 90 days yet.
So when Amber talking about filters, little fun fact, MERV of 13 or higher is what you want.
A MERV 13 or
A
higher.
MERV of
Yeah.
13 or higher. If you
Good to
don't,
know.
if you don't know what that means, you literally just look it up on the filter that you buy. Again, shout out to Home Depot. I'm in Home Depot a lot. And you just look for, and they're a little bit pricier. Amazon already also has them as well, but MERV of 13 or higher, especially if you have lung disease. And again, the reason why I know this is because my daughter has asthma, so I always have to make sure that my filters are at a MERV of 13 or higher. That's pretty much the grade of the filter, or the thickness of the filter.
Another thing, being the OCD me,
What's that?
make sure you sweep, dust, vacuum once a week. Make sure you
Yes.
wash your bed sheets
Yes, absolutely.
once a week to get rid of all those dust mites and allergens and stuff.
That's actually one technique to stop smoking is to clear your house out, especially with all the, irrigate the furniture, stuff like that, to get the smoke out and stuff like that. Or, I used to, actually I still do. I at points in my career as a respiratory therapist, giving some advice, some helpful hints and stuff like that. I always tell my patients that at least once a quarter per year, stop by Home Depot and
Lowe's.
or Lowe's. Okay. Stop by Home Depot, Lowe's, or you can go on Amazon or something like that. I don't know.
Those get military discount.
To be honest, I'm not a big Amazon fan. No offense, I'm just not. I always like local stuff. And yeah.
Home Depot is closer to me, so
But-
that's fine.
To finish all what I was going to say was I tell my patients sometimes when they have a lot of allergies is to get a mold detector test, which are about $20 to $25 at a Lowe's or Home Depot, and if there is some mold in there, then that could be the culprit that's causing all these abnormalities and problems. And the only unfortunate thing is I found that 60% of the people that came back with the results all had mold.
Another one is radon.
Radon is a big one too. Radon is a catalyst for lung disease. It is a huge catalyst. And I was actually interested in that subject a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot. When the parts per million were going up to a certain amount. And I was very interested, and I did a lot of research on that. But places that don't have radon pumps, the people that have lung disease or other diseases too, but specifically lung disease, their disease progressed faster, much faster. So
If you
just with
want
a
to learn
simple
more
radio.
about this, join our program. We actually teach this.
She's our sales girl.
I'm just saying, we teach everything that we're talking about. We teach. I mean, my patients can tell you. We've gone over some of the stuff. We've talked about allergies already. We've talked about how to clean your house and how to stay away from VOCs because they add to the air pollution and things like that. Paint, candles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Candles.
Gail says, I have a gas stove. Is that bad? No, it's not bad. But if you're wearing oxygen, you can't stay within it.
Right.
You have to be 6 feet away.
Yeah.
That's the bare minimum. And, even if the glass countertops, is it acrylic or glass counter?
Ceramic.
Ceramic, that's what it is.
Yeah.
The ceramic, I'm a chef.
For the electric, you mean?
Huh?
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah, but I'm not stoves. I know. You guys know I'm a certified chef? Yeah. So,
The best cheesesteaks.
yes, I do.
Exactly, we're ready.
Nobody
Or
can beat my
two.
cheesesteak. No
Or
one's going to
two.
beat my cheesesteak.
Or two.
But, no, oh yeah, the glass countertops, actually still, those are not safe. The safest ones to cook with is the microwave. But
Yeah.
the best thing to do, yeah, it would be microwave, I'm sorry, because oxygen is a catalyst, and it's not necessarily flammable. It aids to combustion.
Yeah.
Air
Makes
fryer,
it bigger.
too.
Makes it
Air
bigger.
fryer, that's
Air
right.
fryer.
Air fryer.
I forgot about that. The air
Yeah.
fryer is
Air
awesome.
fryer. So if you wear supplemental oxygen and you have a gas tax, instead of getting a whole new stove, it
Yeah.
would be super expensive. Just get an air fryer.
Yeah.
Just get an air fryer. Just make sure
Absolutely.
it stays clean. Of
It's
course,
right on the counter.
it does.
This is the best pony rehab in the world. Best rehab in the world. That's right, Michelle. All right, I'll give you an extra point.
She wants her
We got
water
that
bottle.
water bottle.
I'll get to the, no, guys, we are really good. You do realize everyone on here, you can try us out for free just to try it out and, just jump in and talk to people. There's nothing wrong with that. This is a program that's been out for a long time now. I can't believe it's been a long time. We've helped, my gosh, I don't even know.
Do
thousands
you
and
remember when it
thousands
was just
of
me,
people.
when we just had me and you, and it was just a little wall between us?
Yeah.
They're like, Alex, shh.
Yeah, there was a wall.
It's kind
that-
of loud. He gets
I
passionate, and it's a good thing.
And excited.
But they're like, Mel, you gotta scream. I can't hear
I
you."
get a little loud. I mean, a lot of people are actually saying that I'm too loud. You're very nice, but no, this is great, guys. All right, well, all right. I am the drill sergeant type, and people know me like that. I'm the drill sergeant type. People are very intimidated by me. I'm not sure why. I'm actually a very benevolent person. I'm a very nice person. I talk a lot,
Yeah,
but the coffee works very
it's-
well. Okay, so I'm the drill sergeant type. What type would you say you are?
I don't know. I think I am.
Everybody loves everybody in
I don't
here.
know. I mean, we're all different. We all
We
have
all
our
are very
strengths.
different. We
I
all
don't
are
really
very
know where I
different.
fall, but I know that we are all very different. We all do the same curriculum, but we
Yeah.
have different ways of doing it, and
We
I
do.
think that makes us who we
I
are.
heard you're the second level down from me
I
as
heard.
far as strict. Yeah.
That's what they say. I don't believe them, but that's what I've been told. That I'm mini drill sergeant.
But and Amber, where would you say you rate yourself as far as like what level you are as your persona? Maybe is that what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm more of like a compassionate,
I see that a lot. We're very
Me,
compassionate.
they're
We're all
really
very compassionate, but I see that.
yeah,
Yes.
like more like I'll show you. I'm
Mhm.
not going to be like a drill sergeant. I'll leave that to you and I'll leave it to Shannon next. But we all guide, we
Mhm.
all instruct, we all make sure that people are able to do the exercises that we're doing and then we modify. So I guess I'm attentive. So I make sure that everybody can have their education and their exercise geared to them. So I think that's where I am. But we're all great instructors. We're all
Oh
fabulous.
my goodness! Each and every time, Melanie. Let me give you a little. I know we're going off subject here, and are we still in time? We got a few minutes. Just real quick, guys. Really quick. So with Melanie, nearly every day she approaches me with nearly all the patients that like they're that something like something's happening. She's very in detail with each and every, very passionate about every single patient, which is
My OCD.
why we all love her. I mean,
That is why we
all of her patients love her. She doesn't give up on anybody. She is fantastic at what she
Thank you,
does.
Alex.
And then she likes to compete with me. You do. You do.
I do.
Because she rubs Reggie's video in my face. And the other one, oh yeah, you do. Oh yeah, you do. No, this is a great thing, though. This is a great thing. She is, like, if anything ever happens to any of her patients, she gets incredibly upset. Incredibly upset.
That
I
is
love
true.
that about you.
Yeah.
That everybody
is
loves that
That
about
just
you.
shows your passion.
You take it so,
Passion.
you know, because
Personal.
Wonderful thing.
I do take it personal.
she protects her patients like
I
something
do.
fierce.
I do.
I mean, just absolute fantastic. Each and every one of these therapists. And yes, Amber, I would definitely say you are a very, very compassionate person. No doubt about
is.
that. You know, you're always on the point, on the game, on everything. I actually went into one of Amber's classes, and I was just curious how well she did it. Straight off the board, just everything was flawless, fantastic. Everything. She was on point with every single, and I mentioned that to you too, Amber. I said everything, fantastic job with it. I mean, each and every one of these therapists just do an amazing job. That's why when we hire a respiratory therapist, and how many respiratory therapists have we been through?
Huh.
Yeah, we had a
Well, I
respiratory
finally found
therapist.
Shannon.
I'm not kidding.
And then Amber.
I'm not kidding. We had a respiratory therapist that that has been in the field for a while, and she worked at the VA, and she quit in the first week, I remember, because her patients knew more than she did, because they were trained by us, and I guess she was just starting. And not all respiratory therapists are good in pulmonary rehab or have experience in pulmonary rehab. She was one of those. So when she was mentioning, well, this is COPD, and COPD is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, the patients were coming back saying, I remember it was Jackie. That's what it was, Jackie. Jackie's the one who made her cry. Yeah. Well, not last name.
Wasn't
You
Jackie, it was
Jackie.
Sherry.
Oh, it was Sherry? Texas, what happened?
But it makes it seem like
Yeah,
our
yeah.
patients, our patients are glorious. We love them.
Our patients become so
Patients are
knowledgeable that they actually go up to their doctors and the nurses, and the nurse comes by. I remember this happened so many times. I wonder if this actually happened to any of you guys. The nurse put a pulse ox in the hospital, or no, at the doctor's office, I remember. Nurse puts a pulse ox on a patient and saw the first number and took it off, and the patient that got trained by us was like, no, you're supposed to wait 30 seconds.
All the time.
And the nurse was like, no, I've been doing this for 30 years. And the patient said, well, you should get your money back, you know, from wherever you went to. But on the instructions it says that, and she read it and actually said, you have to wait 30 seconds. And the doctor was like, I'm not sure what you guys are doing, but you got my vote. We have a lot of patients like that. They become so knowledgeable and become like almost like a respiratory therapist and become very professional in pulmonary rehab. It's just really neat to see what our education does. And we're very known for our education, too. You guys are awesome. I know we are. No, stop. No, really, don't stop. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. I'm joking.
When he's trying to say, Patricia, thank you. He's trying to say thank you.
I am trying to say thank you. You guys, I mean, it's, I know I take it very personally when something, if anything ever happens to one of my patients, and I take it very far, you know, but.
What we all do.
Well, they don't have anybody else. They don't have anybody else. Some people live by themselves. They live in the mountains. They live in an area where they don't have anybody else. And they don't have any family, or at least family that helps them. And yeah, we would like to be that support. I mean,
We become a family.
that's
We
what
do.
healthcare is supposed to be like.
Yeah, it should
It's
be.
not supposed to be like you come in, they throw a medication in your face, and say, "I'll see you in 6 months." I would say, take 2 of these. No, I'm not going to do that. Take 2 of those and call me in the morning.
Pamela says
I'm not going to do that.
she has to tell them what finger to use, too. When it
Yes,
comes to the
oh, see, I told you guys. This is what happens. Yeah. Why do you think we do so well? And all our patients, they love us. But yeah, we love our patients. There's no doubt about it. Water bottle's going to be mailed out, I promise you. Does anybody have any questions? I'm following. You better follow Sherry Wood. Sherry Wood. Price.
Don't just follow us on Facebook, though.
Yeah.
Follow us on YouTube.
Why don't you join us? Join us. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, we're on everything, yeah.
You want some love and peace of mind and not just hope? I hope this no. It's either we do it or we don't.
Mm-hmm.
We do it, you're going to get better. You don't do it, you don't get better. That's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But
And
why don't
on
you just
that-
join us? Join us. Guys.
When you come in, when you join us,
Yeah.
go full force. Go for it. If we
And-
say practice, we mean practice. If we mean walk, we want you to walk. Do your homework. Be in it. Come all in.
So
The more
please
you
tell,
do, the more you're going to be able to do.
please tell how to join into the rehab program. All you have to do is very simple. Go to our website, homerehabnetwork.com. Okay, there are numbers up there. There is something that you can actually fill out. It's right there on the page. And you can easily join, very easily, by filling out a simple form. We call you. We also have to let your doctor know when we communicate with your doctor. We've actually, to this date, I've never, I remember I faxed like 600 doctors. Jordan, was it like 600 or something like that? Like 600 providers yesterday. And these, these providers, they're very, very pleased with our performances and what we're doing with each and every patient. But the patients that come back to them after we've done our magic, in a sense, no one could ever realize, this should always be the blueprint of how pulmonary rehab should be done in every pulmonary rehab in the United States. But right now it's not looking so good with a lot of facilities out there, as you're looking at one main facility, HRN, being utilized by so many hospital systems. But as far as, me faxing all these providers, a lot of these doctors didn't realize there were these options for their patients. And you, by doing something so simple, by when you go to your doctor and just say, have you heard about HRN? I'm joining HRN. A lot of doctors don't know we exist. They don't know there's another option, just by addressing that. But yes, just go to our website. You can even call us up. And, you don't have to have me specifically.
Michelle is working for that water bottle. She just said, "I'll help
Michelle,
you." in the
I'll send
group
you
chat.
mine.
I'll let you
All
know
right,
how
Michelle.
to join.
I get you
I'll
one.
get-
I'll send you one. I'll get you one.
He's trying to
All
help
right.
people get into the program. Oh,
My name is not Sega. Do not play me like that.
Michelle, I got you. I'll send you mine.
A lot of the young people don't know what Sega is. Did you know that? I found that out. Sega. Yeah, like Sega
I didn't.
Genesis. It's like, all right, how about the PlayStation? That used to be Sega.
I don't play video games.
Well,
Sonic.
Sonic. You never played video games? Pac-Man, at
Nope,
least. That's
Sonic
right.
and Tails.
Is Pac-Man?
Pac-Man maybe years.
Now I know what I'm going to get you for
50
Christmas.
years ago.
Yeah. I know it'll stay nice and clean, too. No, I love
You wait till
things
Amber
like
gets
that.
here. She's OCD too.
Are you ever? That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. No, that's,
A little.
anyways, guys, thank you very much for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Thank you
Thank you
for
for
taking
joining
the
us.
Put up
time.
some comments, and you know what? Do me a favor. If you want them back on, just say it. Just say it.
You better with shorts. Just join my class. I'm
Join our class.
Join my class. Why don't you join my class?
Without anxiety.
Guys, we all love you. Please breathe
Yeah,
easy.
we love you.
Okay?
Take it easy.
And if you have any trouble,
Bye, guys.
just let us know. All right? We'll see you guys.
Bye.